what are you not going to go below?
Right.
That, if you don't have that, then you haven't really grown. You know what I mean? What would you have done yesterday that you just refuse to do today? Because next year, that'll be a whole different, you won't even think about it no more.
Right. Wow.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Tiff.
And this is BOSSiS, where ambition meets sisterhood.
And you hear real stories from boss women in leadership and business.
The highs, the lows, and everything in between.
Every boss has a story, so let's get into it.
Today, we're going to talk about the one thing that can change the trajectory of your entire business.
Wow.
And guess what? It's not content. It's not strategy. And it's not financial planning. It's wellness.
So today we have Tiffany Webb-Stoney, who's going to tell us a little bit about why she's here and what she came to bring to us today.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hey, Tiff.
I'm super excited to be here.
Yes.
I have just kind of fallen into this wellness thing. But when I look back, it really started when I was a child.
Wow.
I have a family that were so close and so loving, but we have been plagued with health diseases. That's what we call disease. Diseases.
I like that.
From as long as I can remember, you know, and a lot of people in my family were significantly overweight. The big C, the heart attacks, the high blood pressure, the diabetes. I mean, just the list goes on and on and on and on. And then, you know, everybody that I knew, it was like not any different. And so as a dancer, you know,
right,
we were so body conscious, and I just wanted to know, how did my family go from being young and vibrant and in this state to now they're grown and they're in this state, and all the health problems that came along with it, the obesity, the diabetes, just it was very stressful. And it just always was something in my mind of how that transition occurred.
Nice.
So now fast forward, just graduated Howard, and
Ain't you?
You know, baby. Don't get me hype. So I just graduated Howard, and I go to New York, I come back to Philly, thank God, and my dad just has a heart attack out of nowhere.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, he dies. And,
wow,
you know, that, anybody who's lost anybody, you know, that really changes you. And he had a heart attack at 44. That's extremely young.
Yes.
My children will never meet him, and I never met my father's father because he had a heart attack at 47.
Wow.
And so at the same time, I'm like in shock, I'm devastated, I'm angry because I'm learning about the foods that we eat. I'm learning about how we spend our money. I'm learning about our spiritual state, what we're taught versus what our history is, and what we always known as a people. It was all these things that seemed unrelated, but it was related. And so it just kind of led me into this like rocket ship of change.
Yes.
And so from then, I just realized that everything I had been told was not necessarily my best move. My family called me extreme. You're an extremist. You know, but if you're not being extreme in what you want to do,
right, then what are you doing?
What are you actually doing?
Right, exactly.
Right. I love that.
What are you actually doing? And that goes for everything.
I absolutely agree.
And there were just certain things I wasn't willing to do anymore. I used to have all this acne when I was a kid.
Wow.
And it was super embarrassing. And I got E. coli when I was like 20 from that spinach recall that happened.
Really?
Y'all remember that?
I do.
I had never been sick in my life, but I got this E. coli. I'm in the hospital. I couldn't eat or drink anything for 7 days, not even water. So I have this IV, and in 7 days, every bump, blemish, piece of acne I had was just completely gone. And I'm looking in the mirror like in amazement, and I'm just like, what the hell?
Right.
What happened?
But then that was what like
let
me know that this was something that I was doing to myself. This is something I had the ability to change. And
wow.
come to find out,
detoxing.
But that's how it started. Not to be long-winded. It started from like a family being in distress over bad health.
Yeah.
Wow.
We lost a lot of people, and I don't want my sons to have that same demise. If my grandfather 47, my dad 44, and my now at 40, you know, I'm 39.
Wow. Right.
My kids are 3 and 4. I got a long way to go.
Right.
So
right.
I just wanted to change the bloodline in my family.
Yes, you should. Yes,
I love that.
absolutely.
That's pretty much.
I love that, and that's what honestly being a boss is. If you see a problem, you fix it, and I love that you took that.
Boom.
That
That's
stance.
right.
I love that.
Boom.
I love that. I love
right.
that. So look, Tiff, do me a favor. I wanted you to talk about as bosses, as women in business, how can wellness change your our trajectory, and how we even see ourselves in our business, how we move in our business.
This like goes into my manifestation universal law.
Talk about it.
No one is gonna give you more than you give yourself.
Indeed. You're right.
You only get what you know you deserve. And with that being said, how you treat yourself matters more than anything.
Wow.
Whatever you do, it doesn't matter what it is. You will not do it optimally if you are not well.
If you're not healthy.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I cannot be my best if I haven't prepared, if I haven't set aside the time for myself. And what time for what? Time to have what I'm supposed to have in the morning for my energy, that I go to sleep the night before. Like, it's so much bigger than food. It's like your
Right.
routine and your habits. James Clear in Atomic Habits said, you will not rise to the level of your goals, you will fall to the level of your systems. And I was just like,
Wow.
A word.
Talked a little bit about routine, right? So what does that look like? I feel like as business owners, it's really hard sometimes to get in a routine because we put everything before, finding that routine.
especially as a parent.
What does that look like for a woman in business? What does routine look like? Can we talk about that?
Time management. The time management is crucial. And also the ability to say no, even when you don't. See, we talk about, like I have the, recovering people pleaser thing where like
Right.
it's hard to say no. Maybe you really don't want to do it, but you just don't want to say no.
You don't wanna say no.
But what about
Right.
when you really do want to do it?
Right.
You know what I mean? You really do want to do it, but you need to say no because this time is the time you blocked out for spending an hour in silence, or 15 minutes in
Right.
silence first, so you can be like, you program yourself before the world starts to program you for the day.
Right.
And then you can be in your like business bag and have your 45 minutes where you make warm calls or you strategize or you do something that you need to do to move forward. And then like, okay, what's your cutoff time for being, on social media? And I'm not watching
love
a
it.
show.
Yes.
I'm actually learning stuff, but it's like, it's 11:39, Tiffany.
Right.
Maybe it's productive what you're doing, but there's a better time to do it. And if you put that routine, you can stop wasting so much energy thinking about what to do because you already said, this is what I'm doing and I'm going to do it. So time management,
Oh, yes.
being able to say no to yourself. And what's been helping me a lot lately is like imagining my son who's 4 and what I tell to him. When I talk to myself, what I talk to my son this way, would I let him stay up to do this? And I know I'm not my son, clearly, but
Right.
like putting myself in a situation where I'm parenting and policing myself, but also
Yes.
being gentle with myself. Last night, I had said to myself, that was so stupid, Tiffany. And I was like, would you say that to her test? That's my son's name.
Okay.
But so that's been really, really
Wow.
helpful. But time management is the number one thing because everything is a learning curve.
Right.
Yes.
So I feel like this year, that's something that I've really have been like working on. I feel like in the past, I kind of threw all of that out the window, but I have found, just to speak to what you're saying, I have found that with a consistent routine, and really making me time and not letting anybody have my me time, it's made me a better person. So I feel better. I feel lighter. I feel free. Like, you know what I mean? So definitely understand.
And it's
that.
not easy. It's actually really hard.
Yes.
Because like when your phone rings, you're used to picking it up.
Oh my gosh,
You
yes.
don't want to see this person calling you and say, I'm not going to answer it.
Exactly.
Or my coworker come into my classroom and I want to talk to her, but
Yes.
I know I'm distracted right now.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? But you can't get something different being the same that you always been.
Oh, wow.
So I think a lot of people don't know how to make the separation between what's better and what's not because they don't want to turn on the people that came before them.
Nice.
That and that goes into
You
so
don't want to feel like you're better than, or I've arrived and you haven't. Yeah, that's a real thing.
it's a real, but you gotta, and this goes into, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead, but like you gotta break away. You gotta break away.
Talk about breaking away. Tell us about more of that when it relates to business.
You can't even talk about this.
Wow.
And I know
We've had this conversation.
We
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
I called Tiffany, like, I forgot I knew somebody that I could call
Right.
to talk about this, because most people are exchanging time for money. Right?
Yep.
That's the system that we have been groomed into. And it's
Yep.
nothing wrong with that. But if you're somebody that wants more, there's going to be something wrong with that.
Exactly.
And so now that I have determined the things I want to eat cost more,
Yep.
the places I want my children to go cost more, the real fibers I want on my body, like cotton and silk and cashmere,
They cost more.
not polyester.
That's not cheap.
They cost more. Crocs got chemicals in the bottom of the feet going through your soles, feet,
Wow, I didn't even know that. Wow.
The real shoes, everything that's quality costs more.
Right, indeed.
And even though whole foods don't necessarily cost more, organic costs more, and you need more of those things if you're not going to eat the other crap.
Right.
So everything that I'm looking into costs more. And am I going to now continue to make decisions based on what I can afford? Or am I going to level up so that I can live the life I see in my head? Because if it wasn't supposed to be my life, it wouldn't be in my head.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
When you realize what you deserve, what your body deserves, the money you deserve, the friends you deserve, the relationship you deserve,
Yep.
it all boils down to this one point of like breaking away from what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Other people don't know what it means to set up a retirement where you're richer in retirement than when you was working.
Right.
Other people don't know how to get around tax laws
Right.
with your income. And not only do they not know, but they're not really that interested in the conversation.
Right.
The people
right,
that
right.
are interested in the conversation want to have it with you because they did it already. They got it.
Right.
The people that don't got it for a reason.
Right.
They not interested. Their mental stamina just not there right now.
They don't have the capacity. And I do feel like when you are finding people and you're trying to talk to people, you have to meet people where they're at. You have to have somebody that has the same capacity as you are. So yeah, I totally agree. How do you think mental health aligns with business growth and development?
I think mental health aligns with everything that we do.
Right.
And I know we saving this special line for the end, but I'm going to have to say it right now. You really cannot, like your business, whatever you're trying to thrive in, your career, your parenting,
Yep.
your business, it truly cannot outgrow the version of you that runs it, because whatever you are doing will be at the mercy of your strengths and your flaws.
Wow, that is so true. Can we talk about it? Talk about it. I know so many people who have tried to grow their businesses and it reaches this plateau. And it reaches this plateau because they're at a plateau. They haven't found the next level for themselves. I love that.
Which is ultimately why we can say for sure wellness is the best business strategy. Because if you can control your own self, you build confidence. Number one, you start looking better.
Yes.
I agree.
Most amazing business people that we follow on YouTube, they don't just eat anything.
Right. Wow.
You can't even hardly reach them sometimes.
Yep.
Like we were talking about your routines
Yeah.
and breaking away and what's the best thing for business growth, time management. You gotta be around people that are doing the same thing as you.
Yes.
Or you're gonna always be tempted to
Yep.
fall.
For sure.
And it was either Tim Ferriss or James Clear that said, like, no one has a crazy more self-control. They just don't put themselves in situations that require so much self-control all the time.
That's a
Does that
simple
hit
thing.
anybody? Like it hit me?
That's a simple
You
thing.
know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to do something, then you don't go there. And you don't have to be all tough in the face of what you want the most. Like, no.
So for the BOSSiS, who is the career-driven woman, she's probably the mom, the leader, just her plate is full. What are the top 3 things that you would advise her to focus on with her wellness?
Okay, so this is an excellent segue into a little acronym that I created. I love this acronym.
Oh,
Okay.
Tell
us about it.
I do. It's called FIRM.
Okay.
Firm. Okay.
FIRM. FHERM.
Okay. What's that stand?
And that,
what's that-
first of
what
all,
are we
I
saying?
love firm. Firm. I love that
Right,
word.
right.
But it stands for food, herbs, enjoyment, rest, and movement.
Nice.
And I put this together because I like to say, firm awareness, firm every day keeps the doctor away.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like if you can choose good, wholesome foods at overprocessed, you know what I mean? We all know what that story is, you know.
Of course.
Eat healthy food.
Right.
Even if you're eating something bad, if you make it at home, it's better than if you made it out. What kind of oil did they cook it in? You could have cooked it in a better oil.
Right.
How much salt did they use? You know, the fake stuff, whatever. You can do a better job at home. So food, and if you eat out, okay, what's your floor? This is another thing. Like, what is your floor? Like, are you going to, on a busy day, go get a cheesesteak and fries?
Oh.
You know what I mean? So, like,
Okay.
food is...
So your floor is like your baseline, pretty much.
Like,
Got it.
are you going to ever go below this no matter how hard it gets?
Okay.
That is something that we have to
That's very good.
create this, like, foundation.
Yeah.
So food is number one. It's, like, one of the most important decisions that you make in a day. Herbs. So many herbs go... do the same thing that medicines do. Better, dare I say, because every medicine is formulated after a plant. Did we know this?
Right.
Every single medicine is formulated
Wow.
after a plant. Herbs do wonders.
Got it.
They help you with things you wanted to, you know, get better with, and they help you with things you didn't even know was going to get better.
Okay,
right?
so before you go to the next topic, what is an herb that we must have every day?
One herb. It depends on what you're experiencing. But okay, oregano oil.
Give us three herbs.
Okay, oregano oil, I will never be without it in my home.
Okay.
Yeah, because like when everybody, you know, oregano oil is going to be something that you can take for allergies, colds, flu. We always dealing with that. So that's one thing.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's something you could just use a tincture and drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Food grade, of course. And if it's not food grade, you put it on the bottom of your feet. If it's like therapeutic, you know,
Oh, wow.
the bloodstream. So food, herbs. Can I stick with that one?
Sure.
She
Stick with
said
the
three.
one. I'm fine with one.
Okay,
I
okay.
thought you had more.
I do, but it depends on what the person like.
Right.
If you're dealing with like stomach issues and you
Digestion.
yeah, like vervain is great.
Okay.
Vervain, it'll help you digest your food,
Okay.
help you with anxiety. You
Energy.
know,
I was gonna
if you're stressed, your digestion could be off.
So
Okay.
vervain.
Right, so vervain,
And what's
energy. Energy comes from you having like coconut smoothie, coconut smoothie, but that's not an herb. I'm not going to say a herb for energy. I mean ginseng, but I don't personally take that. I don't speak on stuff I don't take. So
Okay.
you know, like that's more so like, are you eating something that depletes your energy?
Okay.
Wow, okay.
That's
Okay.
more so like that to me, you know, or minerals to me give you energy, like sea moss, you know,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay.
But okay, so food, herbs, enjoyment.
Okay.
If a mom, you brought up, if you know a mom, she's trying to grow, she wants out of this current. That's freaking me. I mean, come on, you know, like this is me. I had 2 back-to-back sons, relocated, you know, started over, and you know, money be tight, and you know, all these things you're trying to get all at the same time, and no one thing is more or less important. It's all
Yeah.
important.
Right.
What's my floor? Like, how can I enjoy myself for 5 minutes, 15 minutes? That's why I like the acronym. It just puts it all in one place for you to
I
like.
do. I
you know,
love it.
If you know how moms get overwhelmed,
Yes.
and then they snap it on everybody.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to be that
Yes.
person, but you're not taking care of yourself. Nobody's job to take care of you. So enjoyment has to be it. Rest is when you heal. So rest has to be in there, and you heal between 10 and 2. 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is when you heal the most.
Really?
So going to bed late, sleeping late doesn't help you as much as going to bed earlier.
Wow.
And movement, because that is when you release dopamine. That is when you release all these like emotions that make you feel good, literally. So food, herbs, enjoyment, rest, and movement is something you can look at. And even if you make one decision around each letter, you did way better than yesterday. 1% better every day or every week or every month is way better than nothing. Just
Love
1%.
it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
We all have to start somewhere. I think I'm gonna start Monday.
Right.
You can start tonight.
Burn me, baby.
I think the 10 p.m.
Oh, yeah,
is
you know what? That's also
took
a
me
thing.
out.
That's hard.
The
But no,
10
that's
p.m.
the
took me
thing. When
out.
people project when they're going to start, I like how you said you could just start tonight.
Because you'll never, Monday will come and go a million times.
Yeah, you're so right.
Yeah.
I'm starting tonight. Okay.
So, Tiffany, as we close out, what are our takeaways? What do you want us to take away from this conversation?
Well, the first thing, I would definitely get a notepad and a paper.
Oh,
write down
okay.
Yes.
Food, herbs, rest,
Enjoyment.
enjoyment, rest, and movement.
Yes.
There you go.
If you write that, because this is the thing, like no plan is one size fits all. So you write down firm as your first step, and then you look at where you can incorporate this in your life.
Yes.
It has to be.
I love it.
Being healthy is not compartmentalized. It's not one part is great and one part is not. It's a whole circle 360 thing, and it's very personal. It's very personal. So you have to see how you can put this in your life. That's number one.
Yes.
Okay.
Number two is do not look to the people around you for the answers, especially if they're not accomplishing what you want to accomplish.
Right.
And number three is don't stop.
Love it. Love it.
Don't stop. And don't stop no matter how ridiculous it seems or feels, because if it's in your head and it's in your heart, then you're supposed to do it. Please, like, don't stop means even in your worst, what's your floor? What are you not going to go below?
Right.
That, if you don't have that, then you haven't really grown. You know what I mean? What would you have done yesterday that you just refused to do today? Because next year, that'll be a whole different, you won't even think about it no more.
Right. Wow.
1% better.
You gave so much
Did.
great information today, Tiff. I want to thank you so much for coming today. And before we go, tell people how they can connect with you. If they want to learn more and talk to you, you have really good information, and people might need to grab that. How can we reach you?
Well, I do have an Instagram, Tiffany Webb-Stoney.
Okay.
And Facebook, of course, Tiffany Webb-Stoney, same thing. I have a business page, Wellness Web. I am in the process of launching just a movement, initiative, a community where we actually have wellness classes. And so after that, who knows? I want to do like an in-person retreat because that is virtual. And then I want to just start building community and just seeing where everybody needs and being helpful.
Yes, I love it.
I can't wait to be a part. Like,
You already are a part.
I'm just saying, when you have your events,
Y'all have to come.
Yes.
We will be there,
You'll have
bells
to
and
come.
whistles. Listen, one thing about Danny and I is we like to support people with purpose. And it is very clear that you have purpose. And again, thank you so much for coming.
This was amazing.
And I have one question for you. What makes you a boss sis?
I just march to the beat of my own drum.
I know that's right.
And, it comes from the higher being.
Yep.
It's the purpose behind it. And with that being said, I just know that I'm enough.
That part.
I love it.
And I let that run me. And I think from there, I just continue to walk in purpose to create more value.
Yes.
That value goes out to my community and it goes back to me.
Don't forget to stay boss, sis.